Anyway, Pfgtv in.
Pfgtv. Holy shit.
Me and him went old school, and we were texting back and forth all night long.
It was fantastic.
It really was. Someone tweeted me, man. I read every fucking tweet, and I appreciate the tweets, and I can't get back to everyone, but you guys are turning me on to some good shit. Guy tweets me and goes, dude, the latest version of Pfgtv from our old friend Scorch that we used to work with many fucking years ago.
Scorch!
Up there
He was pizza, you were hamburgers.
Yeah, but now we're starting to understand that maybe, even though we don't like Dave Douglas, Dave might have been onto something.
I don't think it was...
I think officially we're going, you know what, he was onto something.
I actually texted last night. I said, this isn't pizza or hamburger. This is a giant shit sandwich.
Oh.
It was just so bad.
But he's like 3 seasons deep.
Dude, someone's got the maxi pads in the back of the church.
No.
In the back room of the church.
I was trying to figure it out myself.
I kind of was thinking this, and I didn't want to go there, but if someone else says it, then I'll be fine with this.
Okay.
Oh, yes, Danny, go ahead.
I hope I don't ruin this guy's joke. No, I didn't see this great. Is it just in case the Virgin Mary starts bleeding?
Oh, hey.
That's a good one, too.
That is good.
Joe the trucker. It's a little more obvious than that. Joe, go ahead.
My guess is that they had maxi pads in the back of the church for the young altar boys' buttholes.
Oh, you think the altar boys are wearing them?
Doesn't get any worse than that.
After some type of horrid abuses have gone on?
Now, this almost priest, I'll call him, he didn't look like he had it in him.
No, huh?
Nah.
Were they maxi pads or tampons?
No, they were maxi pads.
Maxi pads.
Yeah, they were maxi pads.
If they were tampons, I guess you could just use them as like a palm plug, right?
Yeah, if you stigmata. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could just plug up your feet and your hands if you...
And you're all set.
You're getting stigmata.
I just felt like I couldn't take out my camera. I was off the clock. But now I'm going back into that church,
you
man.
got to.
And I'm going to explore. Because this guy obviously doesn't have control of this place.
Yeah.
The zombies/bums have taken over. They really have taken over. And there's some creepy, like, hallways and staircases that go downstairs, obviously. Down to I meant to say down to a basement area. You can only imagine what's down there.
Oh.
And the church is like 300 years old, so.
I was going to ask, like, is it an old church?
Oh, yeah,
it's one of those creepy old churches?
I'm going to go explore.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, this guy don't care.
That's probably, you'll find some, like, Indiana Jones shit in there.
Imagine.
Like a fucking secret wall.
Imagine.
And bugs and skeletons with their mouths open.
Imagine.
Yeah.
So Pfgtv, yeah. This guy tweets me and says that Scorch had this comedian on that bombed horribly.
Wait, which one was the comedian? Because, wow.
And he goes, it's 36 minutes into his latest Pfgtv. I go, why fast forward 36 minutes when you can watch the entire show?
Yeah, why would you sift through gold to get to just another gold nugget?
I mean, Scorch is the only show where you don't even fast forward through the commercials because they're Scorch sponsor breaks.
Oh, that's what he calls them. Thank you. We're trying to remember. And for
sponsor break, and the camera goes in and out on him. He's like, whoa, sponsor break.
It's like Wayne's World in 2011.
Yeah, great.
For the people that don't know, me and Ant, like I said, we worked with Scorch for maybe, I don't even know, less than a year at AF.
That's all it was?
He's an old school rock DJ, and now he's got like this TV show, sort of. I think he pays for the TV show.
He buys time like an infomercial.
That's correct.
On a local channel.
One of the My networks in New Hampshire.
Right. And then I guess he goes into some studio that is supplied.
It's got to be some kind of local access studio.
Yeah, local access studio, because there are TV screens and stuff.
Yeah, the place looks great.
And he has facilities, I guess, for editing and things like that.
Right. And his look is bizarre, because I was telling Ant, he's a guy that doesn't have to be bald, but decides I look better bald.
Yeah.
And then, so he's completely bald, shaved right down to the skin, and then grows that weird beard where the beard just starts, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, the sideburns.
It's not attached to anything.
It goes from sideburns to beard, and then just stops at the top of the sideburns because he shaves his head.
And if that's not good enough, then he's decided he wants to bring back the turtleneck.
Oh, he loves turtlenecks and
He wants to
sweaters.
bring it back for the young people.
Yeah,
Young people. Because we
definitely.
learned the old people, like Tom Brokaw had one on the other day on TV, and Ant said it. It's to cover up the fucking
The
turkey neck.
gobble neck.
I didn't know that. That's why the older guys wear the turtlenecks.
He's sporting a fucking Crazy Eddie look because he's got the turtleneck, but then he wears this blazer over it, and it's a bizarre look.
You ask him, though, and there is nobody who dresses as well as he does, if you ask him.
Now, I didn't look close enough. Would there have been dog hair
Certainly.
and dog urine smell all over those clothes?
Well, it wasn't smell-o-vision, but
I think we
that was the rumor back at the old station.
one of these days, because we own this channel here. We have to play audio of an entire show because we were going back and forth like
it was just
Mystery Science Theater there, just fucking laughing our asses off and texting each other because it's hard to explain because it's nothing over the top funny, but when you understand Scorch's mindset, it makes it one of the funniest things you could watch.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good 10 o'clock hour activity at
Oh
some
my
point.
God! Yeah, he thought for sure that he was Johnny Carson
Right, yeah.
reincarnated.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I told Ann he has the confidence of Mick Jagger,
Yeah.
with none of the skills whatsoever.
Yeah.
But
Nothing to back
He
it
is a
up.
confident man.
but he knows how to broadcast, so he's not stumbling around. He actually knows what he's doing. He knows how to put a TV show together or a radio show together, but there's no substance
But
to
he's
it.
presenting nothing.
Right.
And most of the things was him plugging stuff
That was going to happen on his show.
that was going to happen and doing live reads.
Instead of doing it. Like,
Right.
it took 12 minutes to actually do something on his own TV show because he was too busy promoting what he was going to do.
Yeah.
And then he did what is it called again? The Scorch sponsored...
Score sponsor break.
sponsor break.
where he talks about his unbelievable sponsors for 10 minutes. One of his unbelievable sponsors, I was telling Anthony, and he was bragging about it, is a company that takes your old shitty laptop,
Oh, God,
puts
yeah.
it back together, and then sells it for $99. And then he's bragging that he's got one of these laptops. And I told Ant, this laptop looks like it's from like 1998. There's
Yeah.
no
Horrible.
reason to brag about it.
I love reading on my monochrome screen. And then he's doing commercials for eating place to eat restaurants and
Yeah.
whatnot. And what was another one he did?
Well, he did the bar.
Oh, the photo place.
Oh,
which
the
was
photo
hysterical.
place. He's bragging about this sponsor that's a photo place and bragging how this woman that owns the place takes pictures with a cell phone and they look great. So the photo place doesn't even have like actual cameras.
It looks great. She takes with the cell phone. Looks fantastic.
looks just amazing. That's why you have to go there. It looks amazing. It's like,
Amazing.
what are you talking about?
I'm going to be
I have a cell phone.
locked in my dog cage for
Right.
pause.
Right.
What is it? Pause for
Pause for the cause.
Pause for the cause. Boy, does he love to rhyme things.
He does. He loves rhyming things. He's all about branding.
He was rhyming.
Which goes back, like
I gotta see what he was
knows
rhyming.
how to put shit together.
Yeah.
And then he's, what was the other fucking thing I wanted to say? And then he's talking about his pub crawl. He wanted to promote his pub
Oh,
crawl.
yeah, the pub crawl.
And then he wanted to show all the places they're doing the pub crawl. It was 2 bars. Did anyone else pick up on that?
the pub crawl.
2 fucking bars for a pub crawl.
the pub crawl. I got. What was he? He rhymed something, and it was
You might have run me
so.
on that. Let me see.
Yeah,
Let me see.
I'm looking for it because it was a typical. Oh God!
Let's see.
The one guy that looked like Joey Buttafuoco.
Oh, Scorch rhymes everything. Did we ever? Okay. Inflation, disintegration.
Yeah, inflation. They practice inflation disintegration.
Right.
Inflation disintegration.
And then he has a comic on,
Oh,
and that's why we're playing this today. And the comic, I know the guy's trying, and he's probably doing well locally. I don't know.
I can't imagine that he is.
But
I'm in
sorry.
Boston.
But the fact is, he had a horrendous set, and Scorch is laughing in the background. And then Scorch now believes he's Johnny Carson, and now has to invite the guy back to the couch to have a little chat.
Well, that's
that
only
was
'cause he
Scorch's-
liked him.
Yeah, that was Scorch's
Yeah.
way to show approval. Like, yeah, I'm gonna bring him to the couch.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it was Scorch's way of just filling up more time.
Oh, no. He's already done.
Anybody would have. He would have pulled over anyone on the couch.
Yeah.
But Johnny used to do that. Like sometimes a comic, he would just wave, thank you, and they'd go behind the curtain and they were gone. And sometimes they were so funny, and Johnny was laughing so hard, he'd be like, yeah, why don't you come over here and take a seat? And people would be, that was the, oh, my God, he just made another star.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson just created another star in that split second. Scorch was thinking that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
He actually said, why don't you sit down and relax?
Yeah.
Like, sit down and relax here on the couch.
And I want to know where he gets the crowd from. Man brought it up last night that he pumps up.
The beginning.
He adds sound to the crowd.
Sound effects. He puts like crowd sound effects at the beginning of his show
to make it look like holy shit.
I said it was like fucking 1977, The Who coming out for an encore.
Yeah.
But then throughout the show, you can tell there's not nearly.
Yeah, because like throughout the show, when he gets a little applause break, it's just kind of.
And the crowd sounds like they don't want to be there.
Well, he gives free pizza
Is that it?
if you go to his TV show.
I told Ed it sounds like they're either being held hostage or it's like, I don't even know if he is into this stuff, but it sounds like maybe it's his drug dealers or something. Like they don't want to be there.
I love
Like, where does he get his crowd from?
Well,
are they sort of friends?
he also
We didn't need the visual picture of Scorch's nippies. Yeah.
Okay. Now, of course, show of hands. Did anybody on TV see that? Trust me, the hands were up. Although they say that now. But you know what? They're going to be emailing me later on saying, Scorch, you got those pictures of those nips? We want to see them. Anyhow, you all know Nick Carpinelli, right? Give it up for Nick, the man on the couch.
the man on the couch.
That's Nick Carpinelli.
He is flying.
You know?
What?
It's supposed to be, okay, yesterday was like 50 degrees. It was nice. It was beautiful out.
Yeah.
Today it was freezing.
Yep.
Tomorrow it's supposed to be 50 again.
Yeah.
And then through the rest of the week it's supposed to be above average temperatures, so we're going to have a lot of melting, and I'm kind of concerned about those in the low-lying areas.
Oh, nice.
Because there's,
there's a lot of low-lying areas.
there are a ton of low-lying areas.
Plus, a lot of our listeners during the week, they live in gutters. You know, so
Nice
make
one,
sure,
What I'm talking about. I don't want the
make
audience
sure
to get
if
washed
you're
away.
living in a gutter, cover yourself up nicely, because you don't want to get wet and catch pneumonia. You know what I mean? Bad enough we're all going
it's
to
a
be sick
silent
next week.
P.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be out sick. We'll have
Just
Nick
Scorch
hosting the
being
show
Scorch.
again.
All
but
his
I'll give you
computer's
plenty of
now
notice
covered
next
with
time.
plugs and
Anyhow, what a show
stickers.
today. I'm really psyched to have Dylan back on the show. Dylan Thompson's here. He's from the Children's Tumor
you pause this?
Foundation. And he is...
You can't intro a cancer kid by saying, I'm really psyched that Dylan's back.
That he's back. He's not dead yet. I'm really excited about it.
You save that for a comic or someone with like some kind of special skill. I'm really excited.
That's his credit. Like, we're really excited to have Dylan here. He has cancer.
Yeah.
Sorry, Danny.
Danny.
Could you go back slightly?
And-
Listen
and-
how he talks about the cancer kid.
and
Really
also-
excited.
Could be the
up
worst
with you,
name
man?
for a foundation ever.
Yeah.
Because
And, there's a lot of low-lying
there
areas.
are a ton of low-lying areas.
Plus, a lot of our listeners during the week, they live in gutters. You know, so just make sure...
What I'm talking about. I don't want
Make
the
sure
audience to get
if
washed
you're
away.
living in a gutter,
now.
cover yourself up nicely, because you don't want to get wet and catch pneummonia. You know what I mean? Bad enough we're all going to be
Did you
sick
do that on
next week.
purpose?
We're all-
Oh, yeah, he did.
We'll all be out
Being
sick.
cute.
You never know
Nick
with
hosting
Scorch.
the show again, but I'll give you plenty of notice next time.
Sweet, that'd be good.
Anyhow, what a show today. I'm really psyched to have Dylan back on the show. Dylan Thompson's here. He is from the
Rubbing his
Children's
hands.
Tumor Foundation. And he is
Children's
suffering,
Tumor
from-
Foundation.
I'm hoping I get this right. Neurofibromatosis or something. Is that it? Neurofibromatosis? Yeah. Wow. Look at that.
He's laughing and they're
your mother wanted a
applauding.
doctor,
making
right?
cancer
Yeah, my
fun.
mother always did, so that's why she married one. I don't get that. Anyhow, we're going to talk to Dylan. This is his second trip on, and I'm looking forward to speaking to him. Really cool young kid, and he's she's sharp as a tack. Last time we had a foot smelling contest on the set, so I don't know what's going to happen this time, but I'm going to leave it up to him.
He's
So
a really
Dylan be
smart
here soon.
kid. He can
Also,
smell feet.
the winner of the Laugh Riot, the Comedy Fest, it's Josh Condelman is here today as well. Give it up for Josh.
5 hits to the
We're going to
losers.
talk to him about winning his comedy things. Also today, we have got the Scorch's Pfgtv CD review. We're going to be reviewing Press a Fist CD.
Danny, can you pause that? the CD review, me and Ed were talking about this too. He picks a CD and he describes the track for 2 minutes and then plays 30 seconds of the track.
Yeah, that's
and,
it.
And then that's not good enough. Then he has to do it again for another track.
Right.
And do you think...
It's like it starts off with a great instrumental, and then it sounds kind of like Tool.
He goes,
for a little while.
it gets a little toolish.
And make sure you listen to the lyrics. And,
Do you think he's not getting these local bands to pay him to do that?
Oh, boy.
He is looking around every corner.
Oh, no.
I don't know for a fact, but
Who
it does
knows
fit.
what he's putting in his back pocket?
It does fit Scorch's MO to collect money and not to tell people about it who work for him. That I mean, his co-host / sidekick was so pissed at him when he left Syracuse. So pissed.
He just, like, took off on it, right? Yeah.
For 3 months. He was like, don't worry, Paulie, I'm sending out our tapes. Don't send out any tapes.
Don't send out any tapes now. I got this well in hand.
And then Paulie would go to the bathroom and he'd be like, Sammy, don't tell Paulie, but I'm going to be up in New Hampshire in 3 months.
Why would he not let Paulie try to get some?
And then the day before Scorch's last show, I got a call from Paulie, and I knew the next day was his last show, but Paulie didn't. I was like, hello? And he goes, Sam? I go, yeah. He's like, come on, we're going out drinking.
Oh,
Because
shit.
he had just found out that it was Scorch's last show.
Scorch's last show.
And he had just not told Paulie.
You're not along for the ride. But Scorch has got to go solo.
But you're a shitty friend. You're not going to go drinking with a guy that just got fired.
Well, I mean,
That's the thing you're supposed to do. What did you drink when poor Paulie there was drowning his sorrows?
well, I mean, I would have Coca-Colas until the calorie count got a little high, then you switch to seltzer.
Great, while he's like, fuck Scorch, man. Fuck his Scorch.
And then he asked me, he was like, did he tell you? And I had to be like, yeah, dude.
Oh, shit, you had to
knew.
fess up?
I knew that was coming.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get back to this. This is the big intro for Pfgtv, and then we're going to play the comedian, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. We're trying to give this justice because you got to understand this.
It's
One day it'll all come together for the listeners
it's
because
horrid.
it's just.
Well, Scorch will
and-
have a national show one day, and that's when it'll all
Well, that's what he
Oh,
told us
yeah.
last night. He goes, eventually I'm going to pay you guys, meaning the crowd.
Right.
Because the show's going to get so big, he's going to actually pay the people.
You have
to
to pay the crowd?
And I'm thinking Oprah doesn't even pay her fucking crowd.
Letterman
and I
doesn't
think
pay
she's
the
kind of
crowd.
big.
Occasionally, she does give out cars.
Yeah.
Favorite thing.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Scorch's favorite thing.
You get a slice of pizza. You get a slice of pizza. You get a slice of pizza. All right, I'm out of pizza. And we got a couple of bucks. We send someone out for some pizza.
He takes money from the audience.
Oh, yeah.
The pizza never comes in.
Maybe the
pockets of
audience can
cash.
chip in.
Yeah.
And you get a laptop. Oh, $99 laptop. That's all I got. One.
Oops, one. Maybe you can share. I don't know.
And I'm having trouble booting it up.
There, I don't get that.
I don't get that. Scorch.
All right, let's hit this again. There.
Yeah, what's the name of that band again that's on here tonight? I love them. I'm so glad to have them back. They have a new disc. We're going to be talking about that. 5 Point is back in the house tonight.
Look at him. He's just.
So we have a lot of stuff going on.
Letterman.
Why don't we get into things with the segment that we
Yes.
call Weird News?
I forgot about weird news.
Okay, for starters, police in Madison Heights, Michigan. See, you learn something new every day on Scorch's Pfgtv. Who would have known,
Every day.
other than Dylan, of course, that there is a Madison Heights, Michigan?
Weird news.
They thought they'd
Why did
never
he have to
find the
bring that
person that
up?
robbed several banks.
Madison Heights, Michigan.
Did you know
Gives
that?
a fuck.
Did you know?
You learned something new.
Did you know there was a
Madison
Madison
Heights,
Heights, Michigan?
If
No.
it said like Manhattan, Michigan, or New York,
But
Michigan,
the question
Yeah.
is, did you know there was a Madison Heights, Michigan?
no.
Do you know now?
No, I already forgot.
There is. And you should
But
be
you
thanking
learned it
Scorch.
from Scorch.
Well, thank you, Scorch.
Yeah, we teach here.
And what does he say? That we stole bits from him?
Yeah, he
Or
said
we share bits,
He
or
said
what?
you guys and him kind of go back and forth with the bits. He takes a little from you take a little from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, what did he give us?
Feels for meals.
Feels
Was
for
his.
meals, he
Did he?
says. Yeah,
Yeah.
really?
I mean, it does rhyme.
The beauty is he has no fucking idea that we mock him.
And you guys took douche or dressing.
he has no
well,
idea
we did
mock
take
him.
douche dressing
I guess we did take that one, sure.
because
Because
who
we
wouldn't?
no,
Yeah.
we took it by making fun of it one day.
course.
But in his mind, that means we are doing his bit.
They appreciate a good bit.
All right, back to the
Weird news.
Weird news.
It's like weird science.
Yeah, take a fucking 30-year-old movie theme.
You learn something new every day on Scorch's Pfgtv. Who would have known, other than Dylan, of course, that there is in Madison Heights, Michigan. They thought they'd never find the person that robbed several banks lately because of the wrestling mask the person wore when they robbed the banks. They thought they wouldn't be able to find that person, but they did. How? You're asking yourself right now. You're saying how?
No.
About a block away from the last bank the person robbed, they found the mask laying on the street. Wrapped in the mask was some of the money and the gun. So at that point, police figured out it must have been a man and not a woman. Of course, that made it easy, or it made it easy because inside the mask was the guy's driver's license with his current address.
That's weird.
He's in trouble.
I like the punchline at the end.
Folks in Windsor,
He's in
Ontario.
trouble.
Beautiful, beautiful part of the world, Windsor, Ontario. I was offered
Once offered a job.
I was offered a job at CIMX in Windsor, Ontario. A long time
I
ago.
really-
Great alternative
of course
rock
he
radio
was.
station.
True.
Not as good as our radio station, Rock 101, www.rock101fm.com.
Holy mother.
Now, Jessica, who's our announcer, has commercial-free middays starting in just a couple of days from now. They're not too happy, the Windsor, Ontario folks. 80-year-old Jim Masson bought the rights to have parts of a baseball park named after him. Have you heard the story yet?
No, I
Has
haven't.
anybody heard about
Why
the
would
story?
we have heard?
He donated 55 grand to get the scoreboard clock named after him. Normally, that would be a good thing, 55 grand, name the clock. In this case, it's not, because it turns out Mr. Masson is a convicted sex offender. Involving 3 men he apparently did inappropriate things. He apparently did inappropriate things with, and that's why they do have background checks to check people's background, you know what I mean?
Oh, God.
I know what you
It's
mean.
amazing. I heard this guy's favorite tune is Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So,
Listen to them laugh. What do you think? That's a laugh track?
thank you. And finally, a man, this is a great one too. A
always better
man
when there's
broke into
two.
a business in the Florida
He's
Keys.
making
got
it seem like
caught when
the
he
other
didn't
two
hear
were
the
great.
silent
It's always
alarm
better when there's a
going
laugh
off.
track and then you can
it
hear the
wasn't a
audience
silent
booing
alarm.
behind the laugh
guy was
track.
distracted watching porn on one of the company computers. Remember when Doc went into the radio studio the other day and you were looking at porn?
Yeah.
What Doc was doing in the building in the overnights, I don't know, but that's okay. Not only was he looking at porn on the company computers, but his pants were down and he was what we call taking care of business.
Ooh.
Taking care of business. Now he's facing burglary charges, break and entering charges as well. So these guys got some.
I'm hypnotized.
Key holders.
Yeah, it's great show.
And I guess you can say the cops caught this guy. You've heard of getting caught red-handed. This guy was caught red-glended. And that, my friends, is today's installment of Weird News.
He wrote that joke down.
You know, I was just thinking, well, you
From
guys
5 Point. We're gonna
Well,
have
you guys
Jessica
were
tell
saying
you.
that he, says, "Did you hear about this one? Did you hear about this one?" For a second, I said to myself, he probably watches Leno and Letterman and takes notes, but that's not what Scorch does. Scorch watches Leno and Letterman with people, and he goes, and he says in all seriousness, and he starts criticizing what they do. We're actually a better show than this show.
Oh, really?
I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
We're actually a better show. I heard that monologue. Weird News is actually better than that monologue.
Weird News, and we got the theme song. Weird News.
We have segments and stuff. We're actually a better show than this show.
And I throw up my little jokes after reading the Weird News.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's sing a little song. Taking care of business.
Red-glanded. Get it?
and then he moves on to a local band and interviews them.
And the local band is all middle-aged guys.
Middle-aged. They
I
are
said, hey,
fucking-
one of the guys got to be a grandfather. And they're still trying to make it.
One guy was wearing a shirt that said the Rat on it because, the Rat from Boston that has been closed for how long?
I don't even know.
Hey, don't mention the competition.
And I know, hey, wait a minute.
I think it closed the first year we were up in Boston.
Yeah.
So 95, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and I know this guy probably played the grand opening of the place. He was a grandfather.
Right.
Retro.
And then the lead
Yeah.
singer looks like just a regular guy.
He looked like every guy I saw on every job site, a steam fitter, a plumber.
Right. Doesn't look like he should be
whatever,
in a rock band.
not a rocker.
And then you got a guy that's sort of trying to look hip, but he doesn't look hip. And then they say that they're drummers from Godsmack. And Scorch doesn't call him out on it. 'Cause
No.
we kind of know
Why would
Godsmack
Scorch
over
call
the
him
years.
out?
Well, Scorch
That
likes
guy
that.
never was. Maybe he was in Godsmack one day because
Scorch
somebody was
loves
sick.
embellishment
Yeah,
of people's
Scorch-
achievements, especially himself.
Right. Scorch likes the idea of people watching his show and thinking the drummer from Godsmack is on his couch.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it was just sad because the band is talking about how they're making another CD and they're hoping to make it
They're
someday.
gonna make it.
And
Make
then
it.
Later on in the show, they played like a 10-minute song that was like kind of Spinal Tap-ish slash any kind of band you'll see locally.
That's what, yeah, as you put it, it was Spinal Tap meets any shitty local band.
Right.
And
it was
that's
like
what
an opus. It turned into some opus where the regular guy that you've seen a million times on the job site was trying to show the world that he has a tortured soul as he's
Angst
singing.
and stuff. Yeah, man.
Well, Scorch has seen people come from nothing and become world famous. Do you guys know? He told me this. So I wish he was in here today. He got Triple H into pro wrestling.
You know what? I was going to ask Triple H that Friday.
Oh, my God.
And then William H. Macy showed up a little early. And I'm like,
him
fuck.
into acting.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah,
But that's when Scorch was Vito Carlucci.
Yeah, he said that he brought Triple H into the wrestling.
And
ring.
China.
And China, too, huh?
Yeah, both of them.
Anyway.
He sure does embellish.
Finally, we get to
I don't know.
Finally, we get to the point why we're talking about PFG TV
yeah.
today, thanks to that guy that tweeted me. So he had this comedian on. So you got to hear this comedian. You just got it. It's just
Not bad. Not bad.
Here's Scorch introducing the comedian.
This is comedian Josh Kondelman on Scorch's PFG TV.
Yeah, Scorches. PFG TV.
Branding.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scorch.
Thank you.
It's good to be here with someone who is bald and whose name is a verb. So that's very exciting. Thank you.
Nothing.
Well, something. There was one laugh I heard.
Yes, Scorch laughs through this whole thing, by the way. Just listen to because this guy...
Because it's his reputation.
Yeah.
He's got to have a funny comic on his late-night TV show.
My late-night show, I got to have a comic, I got to have a band, I got to do everything.
And in Scorch's head, if the audience hears Scorch laughing, they'll think it's funny.
Right.
Because whatever Scorch
Right.
says is, gospel.
But this guy... Now, mind you, there are, albeit a few, but there are people in this room. Mm-hmm. They give this comic nothing.
Nothing at all.
And he deserves nothing.
And the comic is feeling it.
Oh, yeah. He's awful.
I guess he's a teacher when he's not doing stand-up.
Yeah. Really?
And he might be.
He seems a
we
little...
don't know, though.
He seems a little light in the loafers.
We're not sure.
From listening to him.
Yeah.
But that's important because Scorch doesn't really pick up on the fact that he might be. And
He Regis Philbins this thing.
Oh, he totally does.
and ask him a heterosexual type question. But we don't know for sure.
We don't know. Who does
We really
know?
don't. But here's more of Josh.
I just know that if I ever adopted a child, I'd have no idea how to break the news to him. I'd probably have to go to Barnes & Noble and get a book called How to Tell Your Son He's Adopted, then just leave it on the counter till he found it on his own.
That's a joke? Oh, boy, this is great. Go on, buddy. You're a PFG comic. I'll tell you that.
Pretty effing great.
Yes, pretty fucking great.
I'm very open-minded, right? Try to love all sorts of people. That's one of my messages, right? So I try to instill in the kids. That's what I try to say on stage. Love all sorts of people. Here's the way I'm open-minded, everyone. I love lesbians, and not just for their work on film. True. Thank you. I hope, thank you. I hope I have a lesbian daughter. Not out there in the world now. Goodness, no. But when I have a daughter, on purpose, I hope that she is the lesbian kind. Because I feel like it would really cut the sex talk down to a more manageable length. Lesbian daughter, right? We can all agree. Teen pregnancy pretty much off the table.
Teen pregnancy!
So it'd be kind of a one-sentence discussion, just like, hey, honey, have fun out there. You're living the dream. Make daddy proud.
Holy fuck.
I'll tell you guys this before I scoot. There's a story about the cutest kid in my class, and you're not supposed to pick a favorite, but some of those little jerks make it so easy to narrow it down, which I think is ethical. Cutest kid, smallest kid, only 3.5. All the other kids are 4, 4.5, 5, and he's got a very thick Mexican accent, which is very charming. So he comes up to me the day before Halloween, and he says to me, Yosh, because that's how you say Josh with a very thick Mexican accent, that Jay's become wise. And I don't quibble because I like the arrangement the Mexican people and I have with burritos, and I don't want to jeopardize that in any way. So he says, Yosh, and I say, Jess?
I don't know what that means.
He goes, I am going to be Batman. And I go, oh, you mean like when you grow up? And he goes, Jesus Cristo, no. I mean like right now,
Spanish.
I am Bruce Wayne. But later, when they put on my outfit, then I am Batman. I was like, oh, that's adorable. So the next day is Halloween. He comes in. He's wearing his Batman outfit, just flexing, happy as a clam or a bat or whatever, till the middle of the day, where I just see him crouched by himself looking sad. I go, what's wrong, dude? And he stands up, and I can see that he'd wet his pants. And I go, oh, no, buddy. Did Batman have a little accident? And he goes, Jesus Cristo, no. Bruce Wayne peed in my outfit. Thank you guys very much. It was a real pleasure. Thank you guys. Yeah,
That's great. Have a seat, man. Relax. Very cool.
There it is. The invite over to the couch by Scorch right there.
New Hampshire has a new star.
Relax.
We're almost done with this, but people are confused. This is a guy we used to work with up there in Boston because they're just tuning in, Scorch, and now he does a TV show that is so bad. He has a lot of confidence.
Oh yeah,
but he has no awareness of himself.
It's on in New Hampshire, and it is also on in Syracuse.
Right.
Oh,
but he pays for his own TV show, but he does.
Yeah.
But he makes it sound like he was recruited to do TV now.
Oh yeah, like he was called up.
And what you just heard was a comic bombing, and then Scorch, because now he wants to play the Johnny Carson role. He's inviting him to sit down on the couch.
Sit on the couch.
Because that's what Johnny used to do.
I'm a star maker. I'm a star maker.
You guys should be careful as far as how much you like this, because yesterday in the mail, I just got the entire month of January,
dude,
of Pfgtv
I'm not
episodes.
even joking.
What?
Burn me a copy.
Holy shit.
I have to watch every show now.
I have a source up there.
Actually, just burn it.
Just set it on fire.
Fuck burning a copy. Just burn it. I need a copy.
I'll burn some
of that.
copies.
Wow.
All right, and here's Scorch asking the guy that might be a little light in the loafer.
Yeah.
This is what he asked the comic.
Did you, and be honest about this, because Lord knows I have. Did you ever look at one of the kids' parents and go, damn? Did you ever see a MILF?
Oh, do you ever see MILF? No comment? Can I go no comment? But like, no comment?
Oh, yeah, so
okay.
See, get it? No comment.
See.
Scorch couldn't pick up on the fact that lisp and talk that he has, and it's
the
the
fact
way
that out of nowhere he brought up a joke about adopting a child.
Yeah, adopting a child,
right.
not having a child.
Right.
Loving everyone, open-mindedness.
Open-mindedness, open-acidness.
Not that we know one way or the other.
You should ask them about filths.
Yeah.
Not MILFs.
Filth.
A filth.
Yeah, what are you into, filths? Dilfs?
Yeah. All right, we're just about done, but Scorch talked to little Dylan. He was very excited that Dylan was back on his show.
Well, yeah, Dylan was in promoting cancer.
Which is obviously horrible, but
yes, but Scorch made it like...
There's a way to deal with cancer kids, to try to keep it light but get the message out there, and I think Scorch missed that opportunity here.
Dylan!
This is our pal Dylan Thompson on Scorch's Pfgtv. Dylan! Thank you, Dylan Thompson, man.
Dylan!
Hey, man, thank you. Thank you, man. So what's going on, Dylan? What's happening, bro? You don't want to talk to me, huh? He's going to be one of those ones again. Somebody's got to talk. So, Don, talk to us about Dylan. What's up with him? What's going on?
Dylan has neurofibromatosis.
Oh, I did get that right.
I don't care what he has, but I pronounced it right, I think.
He's patting himself on the back. Ooh, I got it right.
Ooh,
you know how horrific that is, Scorch? Any clue?
This is one of the lighthearted segments.
Right, any clue how horrific this disease is?
Hey, so what's up, Dylan?
I'm dying.
All right, yeah.
PFG.
So was that comic? Did you see his act?
Fibromatosis.
Oh, I did get that right.
Causes tumors to grow anywhere, anytime, and there's no predictable course and there is no cure. So the Children's Tumor Foundation uses the donations for research and for family support.
For family support, the tumor. The Tumor
And
Foundation.
you're right. The worst name for a foundation.
The Tumor Foundation.
No, the Tumor.
Children's Tumor Foundation.
Children's Tumor Foundation.
The Children's Tumor Foundation.
Scorch is also using the moment when she says that this young child grows tumors randomly every place throughout his body and there is no cure to giggle with the little kid as he's playing, you know.
Yeah.
You just hear him giggling. He's not
paying attention to that point.
He don't care.
And then there was something in there.
I'm playing whack-a-tumor on the kid. One pops up, I hit it down. Another one pops up, I whack that one down.
And then he used that opportunity to snore, it sounded like.
Making noises and stuff.
Yeah,
Scorch.
you're boring me.
And then finally the TV show ends. And,
Mercifully.
He's kind of doing, now he's decided he's got to do the SNL thing and have everybody that was part of the show on stage as he closes the show.
That's the big
He's
send-off.
borrowing from a lot of different shows.
Oh, he certainly is.
But he's watching SNL and go, you know, our ending is a little better than that, I think.
Our ending's better because we actually talk a little more and, interact with the people.
Little personality. People like that.
So, I'll be honest, the last hour of our show was a complete waste of time.
What?
And we should have just played this one clip I'm about to play.
Oh, jeez.
So hopefully you're still listening. Scorch decides he needs Dylan, cancer kid, on his shoulders.
Tumor kid.
As he closes Pfgtv. Yeah, tumor kid.
Right.
You know, where tumors pop up.
Tumors grow on him.
Throughout his entire body.
And there's no cure.
Right.
And Scorch, being extremely clueless, says this.
Hey, all of a sudden I got like this growth on my neck. I'm like, what the hell is this? That's my pal Dylan. Anyhow,
Dylan that grows tumors.
He had him on his shoulders. At the end, he had him on his shoulders with the rest of the crew. They're all around waving and everything. And Scorch is talking, and he's got the tumor kid on his neck, and he says, all of a sudden I feel like I have a growth on my neck.
Hey, all of a sudden I got like this growth on my neck. I'm like, what the hell is this? That's my pal Dylan. Anyhow,
it's my pal Dylan.
Unfortunately for Dylan can't say that.
No.
Dylan's growth is tumors.
It's true.
Scorch.
He called the tumor kid a tumor.
Yeah, and there's no cure for it. And they pop up anywhere.
He's a little kid.
But let's have
Little
fun.
kid too.
Let's have fun with it, even though we don't even know we're having fun with it.
Oh, that's Scorch. Wow.
Why did everybody look so surprised?
What's the problem?
Who said what now?
I don't get it. I like when he says,
I don't get that.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
Because it wasn't a joke.
Yeah, no one else did either.
He's trying to be ironic.
He's great.
And humorless.
Yeah, that's good. It's a segment I like to call Tumor Humor. Tumor Humor.
He likes to rhyme.
Tumor Humor. Tumor Humor.
I mean, this is the same guy who pretended on the radio that this day is the anniversary of the Jungle Gym because he found a list of top 10 people named Jim that he wanted to do so badly and needed a reason.
We're gonna play a game. It's called Pants or Cancer. I'm wearing pants or do I have tumors on my leg? Pants or cancer?
Call up now. Ooh, looky, Miss Cookie.
looky, Miss Cookie.
That's what he said when the phone rang, right?
Yeah. No, when all three phone lines were ringing.
He got excited.
That meant all three of our phone lines were full.
And then he had a full house.
Yeah, 3 people were calling.
All 3 phone lines lit.
Looky, Miss Cookie. Brain cell stimulator worked today. Yes, a trivia question called the brain cell stimulator.
Brain cell stimulator.
I could learn from him. Did you ever see him mad?
No, he lied to himself. So it's like,
Yeah.
you have to live in a shroud of.
Does he make money?
No.
Like, how does he live?
Well, he makes enough money to get by.
Yeah, how does he do
Is he just
this?
renting?
No, he makes like a low annual income, and then he tricks people into giving him money on the side for stuff.
Really?
Like sponsors and stuff. He just pockets all that, I'm sure.
He's just wheeling and dealing?
Yeah. At one point, oh my God, we were in Syracuse. He was the morning guy in Syracuse on Rock 105, The Dog. And between talk breaks during the songs, he goes, yeah, I got a pretty sweet deal. I got a friend over at a Mexican restaurant. He's going to let me work in the kitchen off the books.
Off the books.
So that's what he was going to do in the afternoons, work in a Mexican restaurant in the kitchen.
That's how I roll.
Where do you guys work in the afternoons?
That's how I roll.
Do you guys work at a restaurant?
Restaurant in the afternoons. That's what my second half of my day.
I'd rather not say because I don't want to be, made fun of by the listeners.
He was a cashier at a tattoo parlor for a while. While he was, a big radio disc jockey.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
What do you want, a tattoo piercing?
I know we haven't done this justice, but we're going to keep trying because when you finally understand this whole Scorch world, it's just some of the most amazing stuff to follow.
It really is amazing.
Scorch is the definition of long form. Like, you got to stick in there for a while, but when you get it, he's the David Brent of radio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, the David Brent of radio, yeah.
Yeah.
He really thinks.
100%.
Yeah.
Because he should be behind that desk on TV crying, but he has no idea.
He's like listening to his tapes. He's like, I'm hilarious.
He's making no money. He thinks at any moment he's going to get the big fucking gig.
Yep.
He thinks he's Johnny Carson when the comics come on.
Right.
Wow.
He thinks he's like Carson Daly interviewing bands.
And then
he
thinks
does the
it's
SNL
SNL
thing at the end.
Yeah.
And then he's doing punchline jokes like Leno and fucking Letterman.
He's got that sharp, that wit, that he could just improv. He could throw shit out. He started doing weird news, and then he's got lines for the story.
Yeah.
And then he could break it down and go serious when he talks to Tumor Kid.
Yeah, right. Then he could do a serious segment, but still keep it light enough where
Keep it light enough so people aren't uncomfortable.
Doesn't get maudlin.
But he's
bring the
making
audience
everyone
down.
extremely uncomfortable, and not in a good way.
He can't pull any of those things off that we've just mentioned.
He is the host of the Afternoon Lumpa Nation.
What?
That's what they call it. Rock 101 in Manchester calls their fans the Lumpa Nation. That's why he had to stop.
Manch Vegas?
Manch Vegas. That's why he had to stop doing Naked Militia, because the station had already branded their fans are the Lumpa Nation.
Why Lumpa?
I don't know what it means.
It's like Oompa Loompa?
I have no idea what it means.
Well, when we used to work with them at AF, it was the Kingdom of Nakedness, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then it was...
Wait, was it nude radio? Wait, what? Naked radio? How did he say?
Totally nude radio.
Totally nude radio.
Totally nude radio.
The Kingdom of Nakedness. And I remember something else that happened, because he came on after us, and then we would do production, we'd be around the station, we'd come in and say hi to Scorch, Back then we were extremely motivated. And then all of a sudden, he gives the illusion that he's naked doing his radio show. So then if you come in to say hi, he's like, oh, Opie and Anthony here, and they're nude too. I'm like, no, Scorch, we're not nude.
They're all naked.
We're not
Everybody's
hanging
naked.
out with you nude. We just came in to say hi.
Well, then he moved to Syracuse and he became the Naked Militia.
nude.
Naked militia, because now we're going to stand up for a right to be naked. Right
By the
to
way,
bear a penis.
The Naked Militia, he believes that the O&A Army came from one place.
Naked militia.
You guys heard about the Naked Militia and started the O&A Army.
didn't say that.
He did, I swear.
We
100%
never
he
had
said.
an O&A army.
He said the O&A
We never
Army.
really did the army thing,
No.
'cause that's kind of hack.
Yeah, a lot of people
we
have
did
done
our
that.
hacky shit, but
But you had a militia, the Naked Militia.
Naked militia.
And he said that the reason for that was that when people are naked, everybody's equal. So how can you fight when everybody's naked?
The right to Scorch's listeners to bare ass shall not be infringed upon.
but he wasn't naked.
Naked militia.
And then guys are coming in just to say hi, and now we're naked. I'm like, we're not naked.
I don't get that.
He used to brag about wearing Drakkar.
Drakkar. He would wear Drakkar.
We don't want to give the impression that
good. The ladies like it.
me and Ant don't want to give the impression that we're naked in front of other guys, Scorch.
Ladies like it.
You guys
fucking
did a
asshole.
naked show or two with Scorch, though, in Boston, right?
Yeah.
You were nude a few
Totally
times.
nude.
Yeah,
Totally
yeah.
nude.
Why'd you guys take all your clothes off?
It's just like, Scorch, why would you
Yeah,
want to give that
Scorch.
impression?
Why are you trying to paint that picture?
We don't have any clothes on.
No, we do. Scorch.
Wow.
I don't know.
We're taking our pants off.
You know what? It makes us fucking laugh our balls off. I don't know.
That certainly does.
We're very fond of Scorch. I hope he doesn't get the wrong impression.
I don't have a lot of confidence in how we present Scorch yet. But you know what? Damn it, we're gonna try again because
Oh yeah.
We're gonna try again.
I don't want to stop.
yeah,
It'll come across.
I think there's some good stuff in there. But
Yeah, definitely.
look,
There
fucking
was.
Sam has tears in his eyes. He was laughing.
Choose his
so-
eyes, I guess.
I love Scorch.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll start our radio show. How's that sound?
Yes.
Totally dude.
iPad 2.0 coming out next week.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
What? Any line on what the new additions are going to be?
Not a new screen.
Maybe they're saying like a 1 megapixel camera. Whoa.
What?
They usually add more shit in than just like what you hear about before the
Yeah, no,
announcement.
it's got to be something impressive because we're all loving our iPads. So why would we get rid of these so quickly? So it's got to be something.
Probably be hard drive.
When are they going to announce that?
improvements.
Maybe
Probably next
USB.
week. I don't
Maybe
think.
USB. No,
I don't think we'll see
USB
a
would be nice.
Why? USB would be nice.
It would be nice, but I don't think we'll see it.
Because then they're just building a computer.
Yeah, they're gonna.
I mean, a laptop.
It actually flips open now.
Right.
It comes with the standard Apple OS. It's
That
a
Apple
hard drive.
confuses me. We were able to get everything down to tiny, and now they're like, no, we need big now.
Yeah, they
And
kind
then
of.
this is going to turn into a laptop, but it's like we always had the laptop.
It's all fluid. Everything's in flux here.
Very confused, but man, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Big or small?
All right, we'll talk about maybe some Libya action. Gaddafi, got some thoughts on that, I'm sure.
Libya's labias. We're going to be doing a show, Libya or labia. We're going to hear people screaming, and is it from touching their labia or getting shot in Libya?
Scorch thinks of names like that.
Oh, of course
But he
does.
never thinks of how the game would actually be played.
Name first, game second.
And then we'll figure out as we go
Yes.
along. Time to play
Name
Wheel
then
and Meat.
game. I'm going to play name then game. We're going to come up with a name and then play the game. And look, I just did it again. It's like a
Then
paradox.
when we get back.
Do they
Paradox.
They love him at Rock 101? Because
Yeah, I mean,
that's a pretty big rock station up there. A lot of morning shows have gone on to big things from
Name
there.
that game. Hey, paradox or paradox? Is it two doctors or is some kind of space-time mix-up? Paradox or paradox? You can do anything with Scorch. We got Michio Kaku and Doc Brown here. Paradox. But it's also a paradox, because what did they talk about?
What if you had two Doc Browns?
Holy shit. I don't get that. I don't understand. I don't get that.
It'd be a paradox.
I don't get that.
He once said that, I mean, he would go into what he was writing off his taxes. He said he wrote off $10,000 worth of toothpicks.
Toothpick, because he's always got a toothpick in
But
his
then
mouth.
Paulie and me started doing the math, and $10,000 worth of toothpicks is an obscene amount of toothpicks.
Yeah,
no way.
come on.
It would probably
$10,000.
fill up this entire studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot. That's his thing. He has a toothpick in
But we
the whole
didn't
time.
toothpick.
thought
We don't
last night-
Carducci.
When I was watching last night, I'm like, does he have a toothpick in his mouth?
Yeah.
Like
That's
the
his
whole
thing.
time.
That's his
Maybe I talk. I'm like Muggsy. Yeah, see, boss? Yeah, I got a toothpick in my mouth.
When's the next one?
Next, I mean, PFG TV's on every week.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
And there's now the website, right? We should plug the website for the people that do care enough to maybe see the visual. What is it? PFG...
I think it's
Dash TV.
It is dash, right?
.com.
PFG-TV.com, I guess. Okay.
Greatest site ever.
And I'll make you guys some DVD copies. So maybe,
Oh, please.
I mean, a PFG TV party in the big movie theater.
Oh, my God. I would love to just sit in the theater and do a festival.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, this guy wants to tell us about Lump Nation.
Lump Nation.
Or Lumpa.
Lumpa Nation.
Lumpa Nation.
It's the afternoon Lumpa Nation with Scorch.
John in New Hampshire.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, brother.
The whole lumpa is basically your working guy, your working Joe, and it was it's not even his. It's the morning show that is on his station and the station on the Seacoast, which is both owned by Cheap Channel.
Wait, he
That's their
doesn't
thing.
even do mornings?
Is it like
No,
you're a
he's
lump
afternoon.
of shit?
Oh.
Like you're a lump of shit?
You're a lump?
Yep.
And
Yep,
they
pretty
call
much.
it Lumpa
Yep,
Nation.
You're a worker. You got this decals that get on. Their morning shows, it's all right, but it's a couple of people, and then no, he does afternoons, and he sucks.
Oh, don't say that about
We
Scorch.
love the
do
Scorch.
not afternoons.
I think the morning show on that station is like Greg in the Morning Buzz.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Yeah, and it's on both stations, and they're in Portsmouth. He's in Manchester, and they're owned by the same company.
Playing tunes in afternoons. That's what I like to call it. Playing the tunes in the afternoon.
Yeah, but Scorch is only on in Manchester right now, but he is working on a lot of different markets. He'll be
Yeah.
all over the world very soon.
Yeah.
He told me.
I think Sirius XM is going to hire him very soon.
Well, I mean, he told me that.
that
So
big
Very
contract,
high-level contract.
Yeah.
I mean, the merger slowed it down a little bit,
Yeah.
but now that we're back on track,
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably Scorch coming here soon on the virus.
Yep.
He's on in the afternoons, and I'll tell you the reason why he's got people following him. He's got no competition. There's no other stations in this area. We live in Manchester. What else is near here? Nothing.
All right.
That's it.
He's carved out a little niche for himself.
Of course, Manchester is near Boston.
Thanks, brother.
He told everybody in Syracuse he was going to Boston.
Me.
I'm going to Boston.
We'll take our first break, and we got Rich Voss coming in today.